Alright, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity. I got a word that I've been going into today, which is proscription. So I'm just going to break down the word and how it pertains to us in this truth these days. So the word proscription is in the current usage of a decree of condemnation to death or banishment, and can be used in a political context to refer to a state-approved murder or banishment. The term originated in ancient Rome, where it included public identification and official condemnation of declared enemies of the state. And it has been used broadly since to describe similar governmental and political actions with varying degrees of nuance, including in Manse suppression of ideologies and elimination of political rivals or personal enemies. In addition to its recurrences during the various phases of the Roman Republic, it has become a standard term to label. So the reason why I'm going into this word, like it said, it was used in the ancient Roman Empire. So a proscription was basically a letter or a note with a bunch of names on it, and anybody whose name was on this list was either sentenced to death or they were exiled. So that's the same thing they're going to do in these times. They got a proscription on us. They got the red list or the blue list, and they're gonna prescribe on this proscription, because it's two different words, proscription and prescribe. Prescription is basically the right before, which is in the modern sense like dealing with medical. It's like a medical term for like medicine or whatnot, but it's basically just the right before. Or I actually got the Hebrew word for it right here. This is from Isaiah 10:1, which is woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievous which they prescribe. And the definition on that's H3788. That's like H3789, which is to write, to record, enroll, to be written down, to be recorded, to continue writing. But the word that we're getting into is proscription. So, like I was saying, with the red list, the blue list, all these things that they're gonna come at us with, man, they got a proscription out on us. And it said it's for an official condemnation of declared enemies of the state. Being in this truth, you are a declared enemy of the state, because we're prescribing, death and destruction to not only America but to the other nations. Okay, so we are their enemy. We're enemies of the state. And it says it has been used broadly since to describe similar governmental and political actions with varying degrees of nuance. We're annoying to them. We're a nuisance to the elites. Anything that we come up with, you know what I'm saying, all the different camps and all the edification that's going on, that's bringing their society down. This is a spiritual warfare that we in, and our prescription for that is to go on the corners and to do these lessons. And in turn, they proscribe us condemnation, death, and banishment. You know what I'm saying? And banishment can be a concentration camp, or it could be a prison. So I'm just going to get a couple scriptures First scripture that I want is Revelations 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's a proscription, because they're gonna cast some of us in prison. That's banishment or exile. The apostle that wrote this book, which was the Apostle John, they gave him a proscription to the Isle of Patmos. He was exiled to the Isle of Patmos. That was a proscription. This is Revelation chapter 6, and I started at verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held. Now, that's talking about the apostles from back in the day, but that's also going to the brothers in these days, because they will kill some of us. That's just comes with the job. The prophets, they killed them in the past, they're going to kill them in these days. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? But it also, I'll keep reading. It says, and they cry with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? We're going to be avenged. The ones that are proscribed death, and they come in and they get us, they're gonna get their vengeance. They're gonna pay this man back. This is Revelation 13, Revelation 14 and 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are they that are dead, which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. So anybody that does die in this truth, your works gonna follow you, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. So, with that being said, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salute and honors to the elect. All the brothers across the four corners who are enduring, and truth and sincerity, and the women and children follow. I hope you guys were edified with this lesson. Shalom.